Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel Philosmos. My name is Fumani and this is an extension of the law of attraction videos that I've been shooting. First one was the vibrational universe, the second one was the mind, how the mind brings forth the realities that you desire through the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. So now I'm going to explain the hacks, the manifestation hacks in which you can utilize to ensure that you are able to manipulate reality, to ensure that the desire that you have for the particular dream that you would like to experience happens in the most quickest way possible with the least amount of resistance. So firstly, let me explain what a manifestation hack is. So it's basically when you want to manifest things, there's the slow procedure in doing things, and then there's the way in which you get directly to the heart, the core of the matter, in which ensures that the manifestation occurs in the quickest way possible. So normally the normal average way in bringing the desired reality that you would like to experience is through just thinking about it, okay, and then feeling as if you have that, you are experiencing that reality at that particular moment. But right now I just like to explain it in more in-depth detail, in which then now you can understand just how you can penetrate the subconscious mind to ensure that the conscious mind's will and desires go straight into the subconscious. So the first one is through visualization. Okay, so this one is a way that most people know about, but most people just think that imagining something and then feeling as if you have it is just going to bring that particular reality into fruition. That's not necessarily the case. There's a secret in visualization that you need to really understand. So in visualizing, you need to include the 5 senses. Okay. Of course, directly you don't need to include all 5, but ensure that you have most of them involved to bring that reality into manifestation, so that your subconscious mind can really believe that it is actually living it right now. Because there's not much potency when you're just visualizing it in your mind. You're just stimulating your mind, but you're not getting your senses actively involved. Okay, so for instance, if you want a new car, or let's just utilize a car for an example. Feel as if you are sitting on the seat. Feel the texture of the seat. Feel the texture of the steering wheel in the palm of your hands. How does this car smell like? You need to imagine the new smell of a car. You need to see what you're particularly seeing. The speedometer, the steering wheel, the windscreen. Like, you need to be as detailed as possible, because it is the detail that gets the subconscious mechanisms in gear, and ensure that the images that you are visualizing here is congruent with the images that will partake in the future. Okay, so understand that your subconscious mind needs to feel as if it is there. Thus, you need to be more detailed, because most people, when they visualize something, when I've gotten a pry into how I visualize things, I realize that sometimes my visualizations can be a bit foggy. They can be a bit blurry and not really include much detail, and not much sensory apparatuses are actually involved. So when you include your sensory apparatuses and you ensure that your image that you have in your mind is detailed as possible, you make it an exact replica of physical reality. That is your goal in this type of visualization, is to make it an exact replica of this physical world, of this physical dimension. And that is what ensures that that thing that is now fantasy, is just an imagination, feels as if it is real. Okay, so ensure that you include your 5 senses, and ensure that you make it as realistic as possible. Of course, in being realistic, it doesn't mean now that you limit possibility, but your visualization, whatever it is, ensure that it is as realistic as possible. Make sure that it is vivid and very clear. And that is how this is your part, this is your portion, where you need to actively always imagine. Because when you're not a person that usually imagines a lot of circumstances, that you would like to experience, then your power of imagination, your power of visualization is not really strong. Increase the antenna, magnify the antenna that your brain is, that your physical mind is, and ensure that that antenna sees that reality as clear as possible. Secondly is understand the phenomena of sleep. Okay, so just before you sleep, this is the bridge, that moment when you're groggy and when you feel yourself slipping away, when you're almost in the unconscious state but you're still conscious. That is a very potent and powerful place, because this is a place where the dream world and reality have a link. This is their bridge. This is how they're connected. And the images that you download, that you impress in that state, will automatically be transmuted into the dream world. And in the dream world, when you experience that particular reality that you desire, that you hold in your mind, then it enables the mind, the unconscious part of it, the subconscious part of it, to work with the mechanics of the universe. Because when your conscious mind is no longer active, it's the unconscious part, it's the subconscious part in which the intricate details are being taken care of now. Now, your specific intention is being downloaded into the field of existence, and downloaded into the field of the universe, in which every particular person that needs a particular mindset, a particular perception, or a particular way of seeing something will ensure that they assume that perception and ensure that you meet them at the particular time on the right place, and ensure that the circumstances always mold to your favor. And that is based on your level of intention. So you need to be very, very clear in the images that you hold in your mind just before you sleep. And one way to access and pry into understanding that, it investigates basically whether or not you are steered towards actually experiencing that, whether your soul, whether your consciousness really wants to experience that, is your level of remembrance when you're about to sleep. Because what you'll understand, what you'll actually experience, is that when you're about to sleep and you're supposed to hold that image, there's an element of forgetfulness. You always forget to actually impress into your subconscious mind, impress into your mind at that particular state that you're in that groggy state, to ensure that you experience that and it's downloaded into the dream world. You realize that you actually tend to forget a lot, and that is the subconscious resistance based on the programming that you have currently. Okay, so the programming always does its best to ensure that you forget to implant those images at that particular time, because at that time is when your brain wavelength is very close to the wavelength of the universe, and that's when you're in tune with that wavelength. When you implant an image, it's congruent. It literally flows into the fabric of existence, and that desired reality that you want occurs in the most the most quickest way possible. Okay, so ensure that you understand the phenomena of sleep. Okay, dream and reality are the same. So dream and reality. Okay, I don't know if you're going to see this, but just understand that dream and reality are one expression, just looked at from different points of view. But that bridge, that middle point in which they meet, and that is the groggy state, that state where you're half asleep and half awake. That is the best time to implant an image. And of course, when you wake up from sleeping, the moment you open your eyes, you need to be processing information that is congruent with the image, with the reality that you desire. So what I mean by that is that your room needs to have pictures, symbols of the reality that you desire. And as soon as you awaken, your brain, your mind needs to be seeing this on a day-to-day basis. And that is what's going to trickle down into your subconscious mind, that, okay, this is an actual reality, this is an actual experience that needs to actually partake. So your subconscious mind will do its utmost to ensure that it manipulates the field to ensure that you experience the reality that you desire. Another thing is to, I always mention this in most of my videos, and that is meditation. So meditation ensures that you get to the point where there is not necessarily no thought at all. There will be some thoughts that pop in and out, okay? But ensure that the momentum of your thoughts has taken a halt, okay? Understand that the more you are thinking, the more you're dispersing the vital energy that you have within you, that prana, that vital universal energy that ensures that you experience the reality that you desire, is being utilized by your mind all the time. So this mental energy, you're always using it based on how many times that you're thinking and how many thoughts that are occupying your consciousness, okay? So understand that there needs to be a minimal amount of thoughts that are being occupied by your consciousness, okay? That are occupying your consciousness, sorry. So understand that the more thoughts you have, the less energy you have, the less primal energy that you have to ensure that you experience the reality that you desire. So get yourself to the space where there's little to no thoughts, and then that is when you visualize, that is when you implant thoughts, that's when you focus on a particular image with the utmost of focus and be very deliberate in how you focus on it and ensure that it is the only thing you focus on. And this is what enables your mind to directly download into the subconscious mind to ensure that you experience that reality, okay? So understand that when you are in a meditative state, your brain wavelength is in the alpha state, if I'm not mistaken, the alpha wavelength, and you can even get it to the, I'm forgetting the actual wavelength, but the one that I'm focused on right now is actually the alpha wavelength, where there's little to no thought, and the wavelength is quite slow, okay? So you will feel as if you are in tune, you will feel as if your reality is much more pure, and you'll have a higher magnitude of awareness. And that state, you need to ensure that that is when you implant the particular reality that you desire. So visualize it at that time, because when you are visualizing in a state where you're constantly thinking, okay, then you're not really going to get the reality that you desire, because your energy is being dispersed. It's not being utilized on one particular thing. It is known that we have like over 10,000 thoughts in a day, okay? So if you're having 10,000 thoughts, all your mental energy is being dispersed through those 10,000 thoughts. So they become meaningless. There's not much energy involved in it. So let's just say, for instance, your brain only has 500 watts of power, of energy, okay? So if you're occupying 10,000 thoughts, how much power is being actually utilized here? So ensure that you have little to no thought, and that will ensure that the thoughts that you are occupying in that particular state actually become more potent, because now all your mental energy and all your mental focus is on that particular reality, and that is what penetrates directly into the subconscious mind. Because understand that the conscious mind itself is like the God, okay? It determines what gets downloaded into subconscious mind, okay? So the conscious mind is the critical mind. It's the one that looks at information and says, okay, no, this I'm willing to take in, this I'm not willing to take in. So when your conscious mind is subdued, when your conscious mind is no longer necessarily active, that is in the sleep state, where your conscious mind is no longer as aware. It's slowly dissolving to being unconscious. And also in the meditative state, the conscious mind, it's there, it's active, but it's no longer insistent on what goes into your subconscious mind and what doesn't. So you need to get it to that state where it is more relaxed. And in that relaxed state, that's when you can implant new images and new experiences and new desires, and that's what goes straight into the subconscious mind, and to ensure that you achieve or you experience that desired reality. So there are many much more manifestation hacks that you can actually utilize, that I can definitely elaborate on much more in another video that I can shoot based on the law of attraction. But these are the basic principles that I utilize to ensure that I directly communicate to my subconscious mind. So these are 3 tricks in which you can utilize to ensure that the reality that you desire is experienced in the quickest way possible. So thank you very much, guys, for listening to my video. Once again, please subscribe, please like, please share, comment if you'd like. And to end it off, as I always end it off, to those who seek, seek no more, for in the present we find it all. Thank you very much, guys.